Hello, hello. As you guys are hopping on, I just want to let you know what I am doing. I am just sharing this link out. You're going to hear a lot of snorting today. I got both my puppies here, and they are ridiculous, and loud, and obnoxious. One's licking my arm over here. It's crazy. Okay, let me just copy this invite link. Hello, hello. Hey, Donna. Hey, Tiff. How are you? You sitting in
Hello.
your home that's still standing and dry?
Yes, we are so blessed, my goodness, compared to the people that are around us. I'm not even talking like not even a quarter of a mile away. It's a completely different world outside of our neighborhood.
It's
So
awful. It's
it's
really,
been
really
tough.
awful.
Yes, this is the perfect reason why to be on this call because it's extremely hard to show up when the world around you is in devastation and you're navigating the emotions of, am I insensitive to still need to have a life? And, it's that tug of war. It's a mess, but
It is. I
how,
will tell you, I mean, I even feel that up in New Hampshire, and I'm not even there. When everything was happening with both Helene and then Milton, it almost felt like continuing on social media felt like people might think of that as insensitive, right? And it is this weird place that we sit in of going, okay, I might have the answer to help people, but I also don't want to be insensitive to the fact that so many people lost everything.
yes.
So I can only imagine it must be so much harder where you sit. So I feel for you, sister.
Thank you. It's been a little bit easier as to overcome that thought as everybody is going back to work and their children are back in school, going back to extracurricular activities. So it's made that like push of everybody's just trying. We're doing the best that we can. It just so happens that you work at a bank, I work online.
You're
Okay.
exactly right. You're exactly right. Nobody's shaming the banker who has to go back to work on Monday morning.
Yeah.
So but it feels different, and I recognize that too.
Thank you for asking.
Of course. All right, I am going to share this real quick. You guys are probably doing the same. I'm just going to drop it into some chat groups and then we're going to get rolling here. It is recording. I realize it's kind of an odd time of day. But like I've said in the past, is that I'm a mama to school age kids. And when those school age babies are home, I go back to being a mama. So this is what time works for Lyndsey and I in this stage in the season of our lives. We're embracing it. And it's one of the beautiful things about this business is that we can wear lots of different hats, right? Okay, let me just finish. Almost done. Let's see. Right. I think I've put it in all of the different places. Okay, so let's get into it. I'm going to put this little puppy down, this little snorting puppy. My husband is not home today, so he usually will rally with the dogs for me. Not today, so they're just going to be friends. So one of the things that I like to do before we kick off Power Hour is just really kind of getting in the right frame of mind, right? Before we sit down to plan a week's worth of content. So that's what we do every Tuesday. We sit down and we plan our week of content. For me, this helps me be consistent. It helps me not overthink everything. And I am an overthinker. Any other overthinkers
Hey,
out there?
groceries are here. Go help.
I'm a major overthinker. And I find that when I put myself in this zone of creating content, I'm not overthinking. I'm just getting it done. And then once I put it and schedule it and I get it all scheduled out, it eliminates this hesitation that even I find myself having, right? How many of you know what the system is? You know what you should be doing. But when it comes time to hit post, you're like, ugh. overthinking. Okay. So that is, yes, we're busy. Yes, life gets crazy. Yes, it's hard to come up with content when you're looking at the clock and you go, I'm supposed to be posting in 2 minutes and I have no idea what I'm going to be posting. It helps just really, really minimize a lot of those different things. But before we sit down and do that, I'm going to talk about how we can create these posts and schedule them out. What I do that I find is really helped. And I actually just started doing another piece, an additional tip that I would recommend to everybody, is we got to get ourselves in the right frame of mind. I will tell you guys, back when I first jumped into network marketing, nobody would have guessed we were struggling. Nobody, right? My husband, commercial airline pilot, they assumed that we were great and that our finances were great. There was nobody reaching out to me offering me opportunity because I really put myself out there as if things were great, because that's what we do on social media for the most part. And my dogs are wrestling. Can you guys hear them or can you hear me okay? Okay, you can hear me fine. Okay. So I will tell you is that the only reason that I jumped into network marketing is because I saw an acquaintance, not even a close friend, an acquaintance post about a product. And I wasn't at all interested in the product. I reached out to her privately, not on a public post of any kind. And I said, hey, I see you're selling this thing. And I've seen a couple of other of our acquaintances selling this thing. Is this something that I can sell too? And I'm so grateful for the day and the moment that she posted about this product. She's no longer in the industry. She was in it for about 5 seconds, long enough to recruit me. And then she was out. And I'm so thankful for that time and place that she found herself in and not overthinking the posts that I saw that attracted me to this beautiful industry. So as we're creating our content and as we're scheduling out our posts that we might think is too much, or, is this the right thing? And should I be doing this? I just want you to know there are people out there who would never in a million years let you know that things are hard and that they're struggling financially or they're struggling with their health. I mean, we sell a product that helps people balance their bodies, and a lot of people, they buy it because they have weight to lose. It's very sensitive topics. So it's important that we get out of our own minds, that we really, really try to minimize the overthinking. I'm an overthinker too. So I see you, I feel you, I am you. And we just schedule this out. We all do this together. We get it on the books for the entire week. That way it's done. We can do all of our overthinking right now. And then once it's scheduled, you don't have to think about it again until next Tuesday. Okay. So Power Hour, if you are new here, again, this is a time that we actually sit down and we do the work together. There is going to be times where I'm going to mute and we are literally going to schedule out our weeks together. I will watch the chats for any questions that come in. I will answer in the chat. That way we don't disrupt the people who are in their zone of creating content. So if you are new here, our system is, for the most part, in the mornings, we have what we call and consider a lifestyle post. And then in the afternoon, evenings, we have a business post. Okay. If you haven't gone through your team's launch system, I would highly recommend going through that. There are so many incredible leaders here who have some $1 million nuggets. Don't skip that part. I want to encourage you, watch those videos, follow those trainings, follow their system. It's a system that has worked for many people before you, and it will work for many people after you, and there's no reason it won't work for you. Okay, so let's talk about what a lifestyle post is. That term is thrown around a whole lot in our industry and on social media. A lifestyle post, what does that mean? Am I posting a picture of my dinner? Am I posting a picture of, my grandma? Like, what does this mean? Is it what I'm doing day to day? And thank you, honey. You must hear the bees just came home. The lifestyle post is, I like to think of it as the different pillars in your life. What are the things that make you you? And what are the things that you can carry a real, true, authentic conversation about with another human being? Okay. This is not the time to try to portray yourself as somebody that you are not. I am telling you, it is so hard to form a real relationship with somebody who's polar opposite from you. It can happen, and sometimes that's a great feature, right? We opposites attract, all of those things. But when it comes down to forming real connections with people that are going to do this business with you long term because you relate to one another, this is where we can attract those different eyeballs. Okay, so some different examples of pillars. What I mean by this, for a lot of people, it's their faith. Okay, yes, thank you, Donna. Okay, she put yours in the chat. That's so helpful for people to see who have never done this before, because they're going, I don't know what my pillars are, right? I don't know. For Donna, it's family, faith, hobbies, humor, and travel. Those are very similar to mine. There are different hobbies that people can have, right? If you really love riding horses, if you are into gardening, if you are canning your vegetables, if you are, there's so many different things that are unique about you, that I want you to really hone in on. And the reason for that is because each and every day for your lifestyle posts, you're going to create your post around, I say pick five, your five different pillars, because our goal is to showcase the multi-dimensional person that you are. There is no person who is one-dimensional. There's not. We're human. There's lots of different sides to us. Okay. We are not just a walking billboard for skinny drops. We're not. Okay. People buy from people who they like, who they kind of can feel like they know who you are, and trust over time. Okay, I love these: personal growth, humor, animals, family, health. I see a lot of coaching. I love that. Sports. So good, you guys. For me, I am very much, I love sharing my family. I love talking motivation, inspiration. I love business tips. That's who I am at my core. Now, who I am at my core is different from who you are in your core. Don't feel like you need to go and mirror what I'm doing or what Tiffany's doing or what Donna's doing, because our goal is to set you apart. Our goal is to showcase who you are. Okay, so don't feel like just because you're running a business that you need to be going out and giving business tips, or just because we're here to inspire people that you've got to go be the inspirational talking piece. Okay, go be you. That is going to translate so much better and so much more effectively than going to try and be something you're not. Okay, so as you guys are creating your pillars, it's important. Write them down, put them in a notebook, put them in your phone. So that way, when you're sitting down to do your content, you've got one for faith, right? You're like, okay, what is my faith post for the week? What is it that I want to say? Okay. What is my family post for the week? What is my travel post for the week? It just helps you quickly. It really helps you create content for the entire week. The other thing that I just want to say, do I want to do it on here? If you guys have not yet watched the video on how to intentionally grow your network, if you have watched that video, I want you to drop a 1 in the chat. If you have not seen that training, I want you to drop a number 2 in the chat. And that'll give me a good idea as to whether or not I want to quickly go over that. Oh my gosh. Okay, there's some of you who have not seen this video. I am going to walk you through how to intentionally grow your network, and it's going to blow your mind. There's a lot of talk about, should I do Instagram? Should I do TikTok? Sure. In addition to Facebook, Facebook is the highest converting platform that there is. Instagram is number 2, but there's a big gap. Okay. Facebook is where it's at. It's just a great connector, and it converts much at a higher rate than any of the other platforms. But there's a lot of people who don't know how to grow their network. How do I grow my network of people who are like-minded like me? Should I just go through friends of friends, suggested friends? Do I do groups? Do I go to pages? No, none of that. I'm actually going to give you a quick and easy way where you guys can go and you can add 5 people who are going to resonate with all of your lifestyle posts, right? People who you know are going to relate to your 5 pillars. Who wants that, right? Yes, exactly. And it's so easy and it's so duplicatable. You do not need to be some Instagram, Facebook reel master. Okay. So I want you guys to, I wish I could share the screen of my phone, but I'm not fancy like James saying. Okay. I'm functional, not fancy. That's my term. Okay. So if you open up your Facebook, and this is true for both Facebook and Android. Okay. I'm sorry, for Apple and Android. And you open up your menu. On an Android, it's the top right corner. I think for Apple, it's the top left corner. You open up your menu, it looks like this. Okay, this is the menu that you guys are looking for. Okay, you open that up and you go to friends. Okay, you want to go to friends. For me, it's this top little button right here. Open up friends. Okay, I'm going to open that up. And you're going to click on suggestions. Okay. I'm going to click suggestions. All right. So it's going to show you a bunch of suggestions. I want you to ignore those. Okay. We're going to be super intentional with this. There is a search button right there. There's a search feature. Okay. Go ahead and click that. Looks like this. I want you to type in one of your 5 pillars, right? Faith, you can type in family, you can type in business owner, you can type in whatever you want. I advised when I was teaching James Zhang this, I said, I want you to type in kingdom builders. And his mind was blown. Okay, so you can type in lots of different things here. Okay, so type in what you want. I'm going to type in kingdom builders because it was such a phenomenal example, because it was very, very specific, right? Let's type it in and search. Now, in the first couple of scrolls, it's probably going to show you people you're already friends with. I want you to keep scrolling because eventually you're going to start to see people you are not friends with. And you're going to see add friend, follow. And what this is doing is it's pulling everybody up that has whatever it is that you typed in the bio to their Facebook. In this right here, these are your people. Okay. So every day you are adding, I would say, 5 people. Not everybody's going to accept, but you know who is going to accept? If you're doing a really good job with your content and you're being consistent and you're sticking to those 5 pillars, they take 5 seconds to go look at your page and they see that you're consistently posting about the thing that you see in their bio. Those people are going to accept. Those people are going to start to know you. Those people are going to say, I have no idea who this Tiffany chick is, but gosh, she's my kind of people. That is the goal. Okay. The next step with that is we do not just add and then never ever do anything. Okay, so let's say Alicia accepts my friend request. Okay, Alicia Peterson looks like my kind of people over there. Okay, let's say she accepts my friend request. What I do and what I would recommend, super simple. I have a notebook right here. Okay, or you put it in your phone, add it to your notebook later. I'm going to write Alicia Peterson down. Okay. When I am sitting down to do my engagement sandwich, when I am sitting down to intentionally engage with people, I've got a list of people who I know I have literally added to my network for a reason, because I know that they're going to relate to the content that we're about to schedule. And then all of a sudden, Alicia Peterson's going to start to see my stuff push through her feed. She's going to see me intentionally engaging on her content in her stories, and she's going to then see my stuff hit her page. You guys, this is how you can absolutely continue to grow your network in a very, very intentional, authentic, real way, which is why I say be you. What are your 5 pillars? Don't fake it. Okay. If none of these resonate with you, that's okay. Whatever it is, who you are, that's what you're going to post about. And those are the people that you're going to add to your network each and every day. And then once they accept, we're only worried about the people who accept, right? We're not going to worry about all the people who don't. The people who are meant to be in your life and meant to be in your bubble and meant to be in your business will show up. We have to believe that. Okay. So that is something we do that's a non-negotiable for us. Lyndsey and I, every single day, we add at least 5. They go in a notebook. We engage with them. That's how we're constantly growing our network and packing our funnel full of people who are exactly like us. Okay. If you found that helpful, I want you to, I don't know, drop your favorite emoji or wave your hands. I don't care. Okay. That right there is truly the key of being successful on social media. All fancy reels and going viral aside, this right here is how we do it. It's how we connect, and it's the most important activity you can do in your business. Okay. All right. So see how this all comes together? It's all very intentional and all works together to move your business forward. Okay. So we are going to take some time to figure out what your posts are going to be for the week. Take your 5 pillars. We're going to create 7 solid lifestyle posts. And I like to mix it up. For some posts, I'm doing a color block and I'm just doing something, right? For some posts, I might have a picture of my family. For some posts, I might even create a graphic inside of Canva and make it just different and stand out. Again, we want to just show that it's not a cookie cutter profile, right? We're real people with lots of different sides to us. So I like to mix it up. Some have pictures, some have, a graphic, some have a color block. But we're going to take, let's say, probably the next, it's 12:20 now. Let's go to 12:45, and you're probably not going to get it all done, but that's okay. 12:45, and then we'll unmute and kind of talk a little bit more about what your afternoon posts look like. And I do want to share a tip with you guys about how once this content is done, I'm going to show you how you can schedule it, and I'm going to give you some really key pointers around scheduling it, and an important piece that you've got to take control over, because if you schedule it without this other side to it, then it might fall flat. So we're going to come back at 12:45. I'm going to walk you guys through that, and then your content is going to be done for the entire week, and all you overthinkers out there like me don't have to overthink it again until next Tuesday. Okay, sound good? Okay. All right. I'm going to mute and I'm going to watch the chat. I'm going to do this right alongside you. My content is not done for the week, and I'll answer any questions in text. Okay. All right. Okay, so some of you might be done, some of you might not be, but there's a couple of things that I want to share with you as we kind of bring this to a close. I would highly encourage you to keep going with this flow. Do you guys find it easier when you're sitting down and you're like, I'm creating my content right now, that things just come easier? You're kind of just in that right frame of mind. You've got your pillars, you know exactly what you need to post about. It just helps to get it done. Okay. But there's a couple of things that I want to share with you that's going to make this so much easier. Okay. I'm actually going to give you a hack that has nothing to do with this. It just kind of occurred to me as I saw something pop up. And we're talking about intentionally sending friend requests. I think it's important, especially for people who have been in this industry for a while. Do you guys find what sometimes people come up in your newsfeed and you're like, how in the world did I become friends with this person? Like they're super negative, they're not very nice. And you're like, how did this happen? Completely different person. And I think that comes from a place of back in the day, we just kind of randomly sent out friend requests, right? Just kind of boom, 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 boom. And there was no intentionality behind it. One of the ways that you can over time sift and sort and remove some people from your friends list. This is also one of the daily actions that Lyndsey and I do. Yes, if you have over 4,000 people, it's hard. It's daunting to think about going through and trimming down your friend requests or your friends on your friends list. This is what we do every day. This is just a daily method of operation. And it sounds cold, but we're making room for people that are like us, right? And we're just making room, and that's important too. Is we go to the birthdays, and there's a lot of network marketers who go to the birthdays to send out the birthday messages. We actually go to the birthdays each and every day, and we go through everybody because everybody's got a birthday. If we do this for 365 days out of the year, we're going to see people over time. We go through the birthdays, we click on people. And if they are not somebody who is like us, not somebody who we would want to work with, we remove them. We move them from our friends list, and just over time, we keep that friends list packed full of people who are like us, that are people who we would want to work with. So it's not some huge daunting task of how in the world am I going to trim my list of friends from 4,000 to 5,000 people down to a reasonable amount, because there's no way that Facebook can even show us 4,000 to 5,000 people. So this is what we do every day. We go through our birthdays, and we remove people who we wouldn't necessarily want to work with. Yes, that's awesome, Sandy. Us too. Yes, or anybody without a profile picture, which you guys take note of that, okay? See what Sandy just said is that she removes people who don't have a profile picture. So if you're sitting here and you have a picture of your dogs, which I love my dogs, right? Or a picture of your favorite bird, people don't know who they're talking to. You want to make sure that that profile picture is a picture of yourself. You're smiling, you're happy, you're somebody that somebody like would want to have a conversation with. That was a really good piece of advice, Sandy. Okay. Okay, so let me check that off. Just something that I thought of as we were sitting here. I want to share with you guys something that I would highly recommend. Okay, I would highly recommend scheduling out your posts. Schedule it on Facebook. I actually have a post. I like to post funny stuff, which, by the way, I'm not a stand-up comedian. Okay, I don't. You don't have. It's the internet, you guys. It's not. You don't have to be super creative. Just reshare things that you find funny. But to take that a step further, if you see a meme, for instance, right, and you find yourself chuckling and giggling, and you're like, "That's so funny," right? I'm going to reshare that. Take it a step further. For instance, I had a meme saved to my phone. I'm like, at some point, I'm going to reshare that. It's funny. And it says, currently working on a diary full of lies. I want my loved ones to read it after I die and be like, wait, what? What? I find that funny, right? Would I ever do that? No. But is it funny? Yes. But instead of resharing that meme, what you can do is retype it out, right? Because Facebook is going to see this as original content, right here, it's going to see the words that I'm typing in, and it's going to come from me. So now I've taken a meme that probably millions of people have seen, and now it's coming from Cindy McKnight, typing it in, and it's going to push it out. The algorithm's going to push it out to people, right? So there's another tip and hack. But I'm going to show you how to schedule these posts, okay, for a particular time during the day. And there's a caveat to this, okay? Because if you schedule your posts, which I highly recommend because we're all a bunch of overthinkers, when we schedule our posts, if you are not on social media at the time that it posts, it's not the end of the world, but it's not going to push it out quite as much. Okay, so what I would recommend is I have timers set on my phone and my calendar that 10 minutes prior to my scheduled post pushing out, I open up Facebook and I start engaging intentionally. And I'm engaging, I'm engaging, I'm engaging. The scheduled post pushes out and I'm still on for 10 minutes after engaging, engaging, engaging. The platform doesn't care that it's scheduled. It doesn't care that, you know, that you've pressed post in real time. What it cares about is that you are on and you are being social. Okay, so as long as you're on and you're being social, it doesn't matter if it's scheduled or not. Okay, the only good thing about a scheduled post is that it's done and you know it's done. You don't even remember what's getting ready to post and you're not going to overthink it. Okay, so I would recommend that you schedule these posts for a time that you can be consistent with. That is my recommendation. Okay, the best times to post to social media are 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. If you can be available to engage during that time, those are the best times of the day. It just is. But if you're busy and you have things going on at 9 and 3, shift it, okay? 10 and 2 or 8 and 5, doesn't matter. The most important thing is that you are on and you're able to engage right around the time that it posts. That's the most important piece here. Okay. So what I do is I schedule reminders in my phone each and every day, social media post. Okay. So that's my trigger that my social media posts getting ready to post. And I just need to be on and engage. And that's kind of mindless, right? I'm sitting with my list. I'm intentionally engaging with people, knowing that my post is about to post. So I'm going to show you guys how to schedule these out. Okay. So I have this all typed out and ready. I'm just going to hit next. I know it's glaring. I'm just going to hit next right there. A lot of times we just skip right through this. We're like, yeah, post, and we hit post. But there's a button here that says scheduling options. Do you guys see that? Scheduling options. I know it's backwards. I know it's not fancy. I'm not fancy. Okay, so I'm going to click on scheduling options, and then it gives you the option to post now or schedule for later. You're going to schedule it for later. It pulls up a calendar. You can pick the date and you can pick the time. And then I'm just going to do that. And then you just hit schedule. Okay. Super easy. Then it's on the schedule. And right at the day and time that you have it scheduled for, Facebook is going to push it out. You don't have to do anything else. Although I do recommend, again, being on, scheduling it for a time that you know you can be on and engaging. It gets you around this hurdle of scheduling posts don't really push out the same way. The only reason they don't push out the same way is because the platform doesn't see you on being social. Okay. Lisa's not hearing everything I'm saying. Can you guys hear me okay? Is it just Lisa? Okay. Sorry, Lisa. I love you. Okay, I see some questions coming in. How can we schedule for regular timeline posts? I can only do that for groups and pages. If you do not see the option to schedule the post, I've seen this. Some people can schedule it with a regular Facebook profile. If you do not have that option, what you can do, let me just get rid of this post right here. What you can do is if you go to your profile, you can change it to professional mode. Okay, professional mode does give you the option of scheduling it. It's really easy to go on and turn on professional mode. Some people have to do that. Some people don't. I've seen it happen both ways. Facebook made an update at some point in time, and I'm noticing it just kind of trickle. So again, I highly recommend scheduling these out. It just keeps us being consistent, which is the number one, I would say, Achilles heel that most people have in our industry is they're just not consistent. And why? Not because they're not good people, not because they don't want it. They get busy. We're just busy, right? So I would recommend scheduling out those posts. Same for business posts. I would recommend going to your team's boards. I know all of you guys have access to boards, which has a ton of testimonials in there. You're going to schedule that for the afternoon, okay? And just get that in the pipeline. The amazing thing about this is once your posts are scheduled out for the week, then as the week goes on and you're doing something, you're out to lunch with friends, you can share that to Facebook. If you're doing something, or you're inspired by something that you want to reshare, that's all bonus. The core part of your content is done. Everything else that you share out there is just a bonus, which is excellent, right? Okay. Never miss a Wednesday or Thursday, by the way, on social media. Wednesdays and Thursdays, for whatever reason, you can Google it. Statistically, most people are on social media on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Never miss a Wednesday or a Thursday for posting. That might be a great time of the week to share a personal win or put out a recruiting post, or save those posts for Wednesday or Thursday. The traffic times are just typically higher. Okay, so I try to never miss a Wednesday or Thursday. Those are some really, really good days to share what's going on in your world, personal win, business win. Those are two really good days, just as a side note there. Okay. Again, for me, I am undiagnosed ADD. I know I have it. I'm very, very scattered, hyper focused on some things, and the world falls away. I have to have reminders on my phone. I have to have it in my calendar of your post is about to post. I would recommend doing the same, because you think you'll remember and you just don't. And time gets away from you, and it's just a quick reminder. Both Android and Apple have the ability to do that. And I would highly recommend doing that. Okay, so I'm just going to check the chat, make sure I didn't miss any questions. Let's see, is there a cap in number of posts you can schedule? Do you do it? I do the entire week. I like doing the entire week, 2 posts a day. I know it does not cap you out on that. I'm not sure if there's a cap. I don't know. It's a good question, but I know you can do a week's worth 2 times a day. Let's see. You need to make what's the difference between professional and digital creator? Donna, I don't really know. I don't know. That's my answer. I know if you turn on professional mode, here's what I know is that you can schedule it. Where do we start on iPhone to start the scheduled posts? I don't have an iPhone, but I would assume that you write out your post, right? And then I would guess it's the same process of next, and then those options populate. Anybody with an iPhone attest to that? Alicia says yes. Okay, so you're just typing out the post like you're getting ready to post it, except you're not going to hit post, you're going to hit schedule. Okay. Kathy, you just might need to turn on professional mode for to schedule. Kathy, hi.
Can I say something real quick? The professional mode, I did that, and then I had ability to schedule, but I lost my ability for stories. For some reason, I couldn't find the people who watched, and it was a mess. And I know Lyndsey said, yeah, professionals. So anyway, it was for me. It was for my account, maybe not others.
Yes, it did go through it. They were upgrading some things. So oh, hey Rebecca. They were upgrading some things. It did get glitchy there for a little while. I've had it for a long time. I have no issues with it. If you turn it on and it's still glitchy, you can turn it off. And you can just go back to a regular profile. I know people who have scheduled posts for a month. Okay, that's awesome. And the replays of these calls. Lucia, I will get this replay to James. Okay. That way you guys can have it. You can reshare it. And we do this every Tuesday. Okay. So it's a great place for us to come together, especially for new people who need a lot of guidance. They don't know what a lifestyle post is. They don't know how to keep all this stuff straight and how to grow their network in an easy and effective way. Okay, so that is it for today. Thank you guys so much for jumping on. I love doing this. It's easily my most favorite call of the week because it's a time will really, really help people move their business forward with real, true, tactical, in the trenches, applicable stuff that they can go out and do to scale their business. Okay. And we will see you next Tuesday. Bye-bye.